Did I miss something? When did it become popular to take layups with your opposite hand? I've seen way too many smoke layups happen this way. Somebody please explain.
I got the juice, I play for hours. Coldest thing running, unlimited power. Doing my thing.
I know everybody was upset with the officiating, especially yesterday. And if you're a fan of basketball, a fan of any sport, you have to realize that reffing is always going to be bad. It's never going to be good. It's going to be deal-withable at best. And the makeup zebras were definitely on one, and a lot of people were upset about it, like I said, but I mean, kind of is what it is. But other than that, we had some good matchups this weekend. First one we had, or that I watched anyways, was the Phantom versus the Vinyl. I put Kiki is out here cooking Hamby. I feel like she was in a flow state, as people are just overusing these days. And she's a lot, not just her, but a lot of the rookies have been seeming like they've been hitting their stride and getting to a point where they are shedding the newish ways of their game and looking a little bit more polished as professionals. Just kind of to jump ahead, I feel like Dominique Malonga did that as well. She looked really good, and obviously Paige is just who she's going to be. But I really like the way that Kiki played, especially against, someone as senior as Hamby is to her. Kelsey, T. Cloud, and Hayes were all hitting threes, and then just their shots in general, but they were just kind of on a heater from three, and it felt like they were just ready to set the world on fire, so I love that from them. And then their game versus the Rose, it was an interesting lineup, I thought, with them running two bigs with Natasha, and it worked for a little bit, but like I said, it'll probably be the title. And what I said in my notes is that matchups make the movie, so a lot of times there are going to be mismatches, and sometimes you just got to deal with the outcome, because every team isn't going to beat every team easily. A lot of it's going to come down to how you prepare, how you make good for what you're good at, so you might have a smaller player on you, but if you're not good at posting up, then there's no reason to post up, right? So you got to find out ways to make it work for you and ways to make the matchups work for you. I'm surprised that just all the teams in general don't do more situationally based rotations. Like, I'd be interested to see if they coach by way of whether or not the player is playing well or not, or I have minutes, and once you hit 13 minutes, I'm gonna pull you out, and then when you got like 2 minutes left in the quarter, I'm gonna put you back in for a few more minutes and something like that. Like, if they're going off a minutes rotation, or you're just winging it, because I really don't understand some of the lineups and if I saw something and say somebody that was the sort of kryptonite to Brittany Griner, a quick but bigger person that could get to their shots and, make her get into foul trouble, I'd put them out there as soon as she came out there and force them to go back to Hamby. There's some other teams that are just like that. If it's just Chelsea out there by herself, Chelsea Gray out there, I'm going to put somebody out there that can cook her. Can she play defense? Yes. Is she at the point where she's locking down these girls? No. Because a lot of the times they're going to put Lexi Hull on her, on this other people, or who else are they going to put on them? Suge, but I don't know. I don't think Kalia is able, I'll give her that. She can. But when you don't have those guys out there, I think it's time to send out a squad that can cook, because everybody else can't guard on the perimeter like those guys can. So, but if I'm the Rose, I'm also not having one of them out there either, because they're both great defenders. At least from what I've seen. And we talked about the Vinyl versus the Phantom. We already know that Hamby is a literal bucket. And Ryan, this is one of those games that kind of, pissed me off, because Ryan is an actual 3-level scorer, but she just proceeds to be a shooter. And I can't stand it. And I get it. Whatever makes your money, whatever works for you. I'm not her. I can't tell her what to do, but she just seems so much more unstoppable when she is getting to the three, when she is getting to the lanes, when she is getting to the mid-range, because then she becomes, you just don't know what to do with her. Then she becomes a triple-double threat, because out of her triple threat, if she catches it on the wing, she catches it on the elbow, on the corner, at the top of the key, anywhere, she can have the world as her oyster. But if they know she's going to pull, then they can pull the coverage up closer. And I get it, this is also, we're talking about 3-on-3 as well, but I'm just, when I think about Unrivaled, I still think about the game at large. And it's still, because you can say 3-on-3 is much different than 5-on-5, but it's still basketball. And so if I see that, if I know she's going to pull and she's not really going to drive down in the lane or going to stop and pull up, then I'm going to guard her a little tighter, at least off ball, maybe not on ball, because then she might still, use her body to get past you on that first step and then get to the basket, because she still doesn't shoot a whole lot of mid-range. This game was just one of them. But I feel like she could do so much more if she did that. And maybe it's because she plays with Alicia, but I just feel like, because I feel like Miss Gray, her teammate, twin over there, she does well when it comes to pulling the three, getting to the basket, or pulling up from mid-range. I don't even think she has the physical tools to be as good as Ryan could be, but she still tries to do it and does it pretty good. So I was happy to see that Ryan was doing that, because she wasn't settling, and I like that about her. This team is still, the Vinyl are a strange team to me. I don't understand, because we can sit and look at the Hive and say this team wasn't constructed very well. Everybody's saying it. But when you look at the Vinyl, it's just like, how do you have Courtney Williams, who's a bucket and a decent playmaker, not point guard that you want? I'm a Lynx fan, I know. De'Erica Hamby, who can get what she wants in the post. Brittany Griner, who has a size advantage on people. I mean, it's just like, this group of girls, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why they're having such trouble winning games. I don't think they have a poorly built roster. I just think, I don't know. I really don't know what it is, because they kind of give up a lot. Like, let's go look at the roster, because I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why I was. So Erica Wheeler, like Ray Barrett, like I don't understand why this team is the way they are. I really don't, because they have a good team to me. And yet they just can't figure it out. And another thing, someone like Ray Burrell, who, again, another body type that I think is a good prototype for a ball player. About 6'2", pretty sure. Let's check just to make sure. She's got length. Yep, 6'2". And she's got speed, agility, ball handle. She can make shots when she needs to sometimes, but it's just, I can't understand why she can't put it together, because I feel like she could be another disgusting scorer, and yet she just can't make use of everything. It's like the potential is there, but it's just nobody's drawing it out of her. She's not drawing out of herself, because I've seen her mix people up and then just blow the most egregious layup, and I don't understand. It's the same way with Natisha Heidemann. And she doesn't have the body type that I'm looking for in like a ball player, in terms of just the size, because a lot of times basketball is about size. But even Natisha, she doesn't have the size, but she has the handle, and sometimes I'm just like, bro, you got the step on people, and then it's just like, so I'm interested. I want to know, I want to know why they don't grow the way they could. Maybe it needs to be another place that they need to be in, another team to help them grow, or maybe they need to be working with somebody else in the off season. But I would really love to see somebody like Roy Burrell take that next step, because I feel like the tools are there. I've watched a lot of basketball. I've played it. I think that's a pretty good build for a women's basketball player, because that's where the size that everybody's kind of coming in at now, that's going to have the potential of all-star written all over them. So, like, got to figure something out. The Vinyl played the Mist as well. Ryan and Stewie joined the 400-point club that game. I kind of made a post about it on Threads, all the people that are joined the 400 club, the 300 club as far as points, and then we had the assist club that people are sneaking up on as far as 200 assists, but also 100 is pretty much the one that people are coming into right now. 200 is kind of a ways away right now. And then the rebounding category as well. And Nafisa and Angel Reese are both people that would still be in the that are still in the top 5 all time until people pass them. So I need Unrivaled to get on that ASAP in terms of doing all time stats versus having to bounce between years. Because if we're going to do this for multiple years, you might as well start it now, because we're going to be looking for it. I'm not doing all of it, I'm telling you right now. But yeah, this, like I said, and even in these notes against the Mist, this team has the ability to play any lineup versus anybody, and yet they're 2-5 when I, did this or whatever. Like, I don't get it. Erica Wheeler was even going crazy, and it's just like, you have to turn around and look at what just happened. I don't know. It's perplexing. It really is. The Mist versus Rose. I made a post about this on Threads as well, as y'all don't realize how well Alana Smith navigates screens. It helps keep her teammates being involved in mismatches, although she eventually was put into some mismatches in later games. But versus the Rose, y'all don't realize how much she keeps people out of trouble, because she can get small and get between the screen, or escape the screen, not necessarily slipping through them, but escaping them to get to her person and making sure that person stays with their person. And even though she's maybe not stopping the person once the ball gets to her matchup, but just the small nuanced part of that, part of basketball in that sense, is just kind of, for a basketball person like me, it just kind of makes me happy to see. But other than that, Alicia Gray, obviously, nobody's stopping her. She's hot. She can do what she wants. Can take tough shots, make tough shots anywhere on the court. If there's somebody else that could be MVP this year other than Chelsea, it'd be her. And then maybe, like, I don't know who I'd give that to, because, like, Paige has been playing well and being the reason why. I guess I could say Paige. So Paige, Chelsea, and Alicia, like, I guess would be those 3. So I couldn't really say Stewie, because it's really been, Miss Gray over there carrying the team and doing business. But I mean, Stewie's no slouch either. I really loved being able to watch Veronica Burton as well, because I watched a lot of Valkyries this past season, and I kind of got to fall in love with her game a little bit, find out more about her. Like, cause I've seen her in other places, but this is like, one of those times where I really got to watch her. And then even more so now in Unrivaled, and then kind of get to watch how she is off ball, on ball, defense. I spoke about her in a past video where I was saying how she sealed out the 6'6", Dominique Malonga, and it's just like, you little, like 5'8", between 5'8", 5'9", and you're boxing out somebody that and having the wherewithal and the thought process. Like, that's a vet move. And she's out there doing it with the best of them. I absolutely love seeing stuff like that. Another person, too, that I kind of, put on the same line as Ryan Howard is Arike. And I don't understand with her why she doesn't go down there and get a bucket in the lane as quick as she is. Dribble, 1-2, however you got to get it, and get to the mid-range. I don't understand. You watch these kind of people, and it's just like, because you can't say, oh, now she's playing with Paige, so whatever. Like, she wasn't doing this before, because when I'd watched them before Paige got there, she was still jacking up threes. She's a high volume scorer. We talked about before how I think it was Threads, I don't think I did anything on the video, that she and Brittany Sykes are volume scorers. They are very similar in their careers for the WNBA. Go look at the numbers. You don't have to watch them play. Go look at the numbers, but I've watched both play, and actually quite a lot. And for somebody of her size and skill and athleticism and ability, I don't understand why her and Ryan don't make use of what they have and destroy people at every level versus making it easier for people to guard you. And then when you start missing shots, then you have nothing else to get to. So I think I would love to see more bag work from some of these girls. I would love to see more in their arsenal to sort of begin to destroy the competition. Like, stop making it easier for your opponent. I don't understand. So coming down to the Rose, they lost one, they won one, so they're still not as dominant as they were those first few weeks. And again, like we said, matchups make the movies. They beat the Phantom, but Chelsea got back in her bag again, and I think they're starting to figure it out. And they were 3 games in a row that they lost. And so people started wondering, is it because of Ka coming back? Like, that's the reason why. But people forget too that while they're also adjusting, and that is part of the process, Lexi Hull was out. At least that last loss. And then the 2 before that, because Ka came back, she was getting less playing time as well. So when you add those 2 things together, and the fact that if you look at the numbers, scratch that. If you watch the film, I have kept writing in my notes, Lexi is everywhere on the boards. Lexi is everywhere on the boards, because the thing that happens the most is that when a shot goes up, everybody stands there and watches, and nobody moves. It happens. Just watch any game. I promise you will at least see it 2 or 3 times a game. Whereas the balls goes up and everybody stops moving, and that one player that decides they want to move is going to get the rebound. Because everybody's like, so-and-so's closer to it, so I'm not going to do anything. It's crazy to watch. So that's why somebody like Lexi can sneak in there and average the most offensive rebounds for everybody on her team, and she's not even the tallest person. That's kind of crazy. Azare's, so when you look at it, she averages 1.8, so about 2, and the same thing with Azare's, about 2 out 1.7. They're both the top offensive rebounders for the team. And when it comes to the league, those 2 average out at the 6th and the 8th best in Unrivaled for offensive rebounding. Think about that. And then tell me how important Lexi Hull is, on top of the fact that she plays scrappy defense. She's a glue player, and she can make a couple of buckets here, there, and everywhere. It's kind of what people want Beck Allen to be, and I think she's starting to become that as well. So remember that when this team is struggling, think about who's out there, who's not, who's doing what, who's doing that. Now I think they have figured it out now, because when they beat the Phantom, they kind of look all put together. Chelsea doing what she does, have Ka doing what she does, and then you have Shakira doing what she does, and Lexi and Azare, and I think they were short shook, but I mean, you don't need her necessarily out there. You need her to play some minutes to give people breathers. But when it comes to like important players, and everybody's important to an extent, you need those first 3, and Lexi off the bench. If she's going to, because I'm sure they're going to continue to keep her coming off the bench, because they're going to probably be running Ka, Gray, and Shakira, and then having Azare and Lexi coming off the bench, I think, going forward, unless people start playing to the matchups and things like that. But I think the worry for the Rose is over. I think they figured it out, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they were having issues. I forget, because I know people can dunk and things like that, so it's not a huge deal for me, but the dunk heard around the world. We had Brittany Griner's dunk was the first one in Unrivaled history, and then you have Dominique Malonga's dunk that, everybody heard, saw, what everybody's going crazy. I'm glad she got it off her back, because now that it's off her back, she can focus on basketball and be done with it. Even on the bench, it looked like she was just like, I'm so glad, it felt at least like to me what I could pull from it. But she could have not been that way, but it is what it is. But I'm glad she's got it over with, because now she can focus on being the amazing player that she is, the mismatch that she is. Because it's not just she's tall for no reason. A lot of people compare her to the Wemby of the W for a reason, because she's an alien of sports where she can, kind of dribble the ball a little bit. That'll come later. But she can score anywhere. And if she starts to make threes at a consistent rate, if she starts making those turnaround shots at a consistent rate, maybe even develop like somewhat, maybe not, I don't know, because the hook shot seems like it's kind of dead these days, but like, just making players pay, y'all better watch out. Because when they were playing the Laces, although they lost and it was some suspect reffing, she was giving Alyssa Thomas everything she had from everywhere. Under the basket, mid-range, in the post. on the 3-point line, it's just like, and then she can turn around and block shots. I'm just like, bro, it's going to be a fun next 10 or whatever years that she plays, because goodness gracious, Seattle better hope they keep her for her whole career. Other thing I noticed too, or that I kind of wanted to talk about when it comes to the Breeze, is Cam Brink. I wish she would completely give her life to being a stretch big, because, you know, yes, she's still new into the league. She got hurt in her second season, or in the first season, or first season, I can't remember. Yeah, the first season, and she came back in the second season, which was last year, and then, so she's still not played like a whole full season yet. But just the way things are going in her game and what it looks like, I feel like I would like her much better as a shot blocking stretch big. You know, you can play her at the 4 or the 5, but I don't know if you want to play her long minutes at the 5, because it's going to be one of those things where she's going to run the risk of getting in foul trouble, because she's still very jittery, very energetic when it comes to a elite shot blocker, which I think she is. And when they're young, that's how it always is. And then when they grow and they get better, they eventually stop getting in foul trouble, because they learn timing, they learn when to stay grounded on their feet and verticality a little better and stuff like that, and how to affect shots without just going for, like, yeah, you might get 5 blocks, but that's all this. You don't want to get 5 blocks at the risk of hitting 6 fouls. So I'm interested to see where her growth comes from, but I think she has the stroke. She's friends of the Curry family, so I mean, you expect people to be around them that have been around them since she's a kid to have a little bit of a whip, you know. So I can't wait to see what she does, and like I said, I really hope she just goes the stretch big way, and it'll be good for the Sparks, because he already got Hamby down low anyway, so it would make things much more hectic to try to guard when you got Rakia, Hamby, Brink, and then Kelsey on the outside. Jeez, like, she can be out here leaving the inside for everybody else, and then you got the issue with kicking it out to her or kicking it back to Kelsey, and then back. I mean, just like, I think you need to do it, Cam. I think you can do it. I really do. And there's nothing that we need to say about Paige. Paige is Paige. She's gonna go crazy. There's nothing you can. She doesn't need to fix anything. I mean, I guess besides trying to take charges from big people. Like, watch out. Like, Alyssa Thomas was like, anyways, take one of these. The Owls, like I said before, Beck Allen is looking a lot better in terms of defense. She's still fouling a lot, you know, and pissing people off because she's like hooking people and stuff, but she's looked a lot better. She's made a lot more shots. I'm kind of proud of her, you know, because everybody's always talking all this junk, and she's done better. I don't know whether she heard people or not, who cares? But I like the fact that Marina, like, I've been watching her, and she reminds me of Luka the way she plays. I'm going to have to, like, pull some tape or something and, like, put them side by side to show y'all. Like, if you're just a WNBA fan or you're just an NBA fan, you kind of just won't understand. But because I watch both a lot, I can kind of see it to where it's, like, that methodical, not necessarily athletic, and obviously, like, get burned on defense too, but, like, just the way they just get to it, and it's like a crafty scoring where it's just so hard to stop sometimes. Yes, there's pushing off and stuff like that, but even when the pushing off isn't there, she's still just making people pay, and I love to watch it. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt that losing to the Hive, it was just because Natisha got hot. I don't think this team is built to win. That team is built to win much championships, much games. I think the same way the Rose, you know, every clock is right twice a day type deal. And I hate to say it, but it is. Because one, the rotations are just trash to me. I really want to see Sanaya out there with more than just Monique Billings and Natisha Heidemann. Like, I don't think it's fair to put 2 non-shooters out with a post player. Like, the defense is going to automatically shrink. Like, they need to put her out there more minutes with Kelsey Mitchell or Sonia Citron. I want to see her out there with Citron more, or at all, because it's like they sub in for each other, and I don't think that works. I think they need to play with the rotations a little bit. I don't think this team is that bad. I think they're that bad, but I think they could be better if they just kind of mess with the rotations a little bit, because both Sanaya and, Sonya, like they play defense really well. And I think you could take Sonya off like one of the better players and let her get some rest, while Sanaya has got there's so much I wish I could do, but I can't. But these coaches get paid money to make these decisions, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what it will look like, and it's probably the most awful thing. I don't know, but I just feel like, given the chance, that rotation will look a lot better. But when in the battle for the worst, or in the battle of the worst teams, the Hive took the championship this time. So sad to say, and I don't think the Lunar Owls are going to be doing much better than what they're doing. The Hive, for that matter, outside of catching people at random points. Because it's just too lopsided. I don't think Skylar's fully healthy yet. And maybe this is just a new her, I don't know, but it just doesn't seem like she's moving well. And it's still just the Marina and Edwards show. And while it's fun to watch, it's not going to do much for winning basketball. And then last but not least, my Laces. What is there to say? We only have one loss. There's a lot of things that people could say about Sykes and the engine, but I don't know what else to tell you. The dubs speak for themselves. I don't have to agree with how they get them, but they're winning, and if we're the villains of the Unrivaled world, I'll let that be. But I'm still gonna rep the Laces all day, every day. I like to see everybody get their chances, especially Naz Hillman, because she's one of my favorite players in the league. She's another one of those, can guard it all, but I think she's more of a guard 3-5. I love her as a power forward in the W, and I love when she gets time and a chance to play, because she affects the game in multiple different ways. If she's just given the time to do it. I said it before in the W season. I made a TikTok about it. The world is Nas. Like, let's get her some more time out there. Like, let Alyssa Thomas sit anyway. She's going to Project B. It's okay. Because even this last game, her plus minus was even better than everybody else's on the court, because she got more time to play. Like, let's see. Still, she didn't shoot crazy. She was 5 for 14, and 3 for 9 from 3. But I'm glad she's getting them up. Get up. I love to see the fact that she's grown a 3-point shot, especially this last WNBA season. Excuse me, but she had 11 rebounds. 3 of them were offensive, which you love to see. And she was a plus 17 and plus minus. Like, nobody on the team was even close to that. Nobody. And if you go into her profile and you look at her recent games, when they played the Hive and she got 16 minutes, what did she do? She went 6 for 11 for 16 points, 1 for 2 from the 3, 13 rebounds. I don't know what else to say. Let's, for the heck of it, just look and see what her plus minus was for that game against the Hive. Box score. Plus 15. So it's just, I don't know. I'm always going to root for her to play more. Every single time. That's my dog. And bro, I'm getting ready to make this video, and then my friends send me a message talking about J. Cole dropped a pre-birthday mixtape, and it about threw me off. I was about to be on here quoting J. Cole verses, but my favorite one so far is he's cut you off from your sources, like the chord from Birth or something like that. I don't forgot now, but it's just like, come on, bro. Cold World out here dropping stuff. I love it. Not as much as one of my friends does that just eats that stuff up. And he's just like, I don't know, I'm not going to say what I want to say. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good hump day. We got the Philadelphia games this weekend, so that'll be fun to see them in a new place. And, for the people that can go, I hope y'all have a great time. And we'll see y'all next time. That's all I got.